So if I am looking to get a mentor or potentially even hire a mentor, what questions should I ask?
So it's very important to ask a lot of questions before hiring a mentor, because you've got to make certain that this mentor is going to guide you. And realistically, if you're paying this mentor, you're going to be taking his advice and running with the advice that he gives you. Yeah. So you first and foremost want to make certain that you're choosing the right one. And the first thing that I would be doing is tracking to say, all right, what has this business mentor been through? Because sometimes it's not just about, especially with, let's say, SEO, right? So if you're hiring an SEO mentor, it's not just about finding the latest knowledge bombs. It's about finding all the things that they did wrong, that you could be running into that same wall literally head on, that they might be able to say, look, you're going in that direction, you need to go in this direction. We failed miserably when we tried to have 20 in-house staff. You're better having 3 or 4 and freelancing and getting some virtual assistants in place. So there's lots of questions that you want to be asking the mentor. First and foremost is what they done and what case studies can they bring to the table that says, okay, these are lived and breathed where I want to get to, and therefore these now are a mentor that I want to listen to because they've been through the pain, the failures, and they've come out on the other end and they are who you believe to be successful.
Yeah, definitely. I think aligning your goals with what your mentor's done is massive. Yeah. Like, for example, if, say, you're trying to get a fitness mentor, you might, let's say you want 6-pack, you're going to go and want to find somebody that's got a 6-pack. Same goes with like business. If say, for example, you want to get more into affiliate marketing, you should go out and look at somebody that's potentially built an affiliate marketing website, scale this team to actually fulfill that, and then also potentially even sold that affiliate site, because they've essentially done everything to do with that. And then they've also just like what you said, they've got the scars. So I think that's quite a big one. Away from that, obviously having case studies, pricing is also maybe even a little bit important. Because again, like if, say, for example, your ideal mentor's $5,000, you might not need to do. You might not be able to get to actually do like a monthly call with them or a monthly consult. You might need to do like a quarterly call with them. Yeah. So pricing as well. Is there anything else that you would ask?
I think something that you need to understand on pricing, because this is one of the most talked about topics with regards to the ODYS mentorship program. So a lot of people come through and they start to say, oh, it seems quite expensive, that. And they see it as being an expense, where realistically it's not an expense, it's an investment. And the knowledge that you can get if you choose the right mentor, right, is the best investment you will ever do, right? You will stand back. I have never known a really successful person turn around and say, if they've chose wrong mentors, but that's their own fault. But if they go and spend the money with a mentor, the majority of them come back and say, it's the best money I've ever spent. So if someone is £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 for the mentorship, you need to be saving up to make certain you can afford it. Or you might initially have to start going with someone who's only a little bit ahead of you, but you want to get to their level, and they might only be £500 for the hour call. Yeah. But then someone else might be who's really far ahead. It's probably not worth speaking to them yet, because they might be enterprise level, they can tell you how to employ 100 staff and how to scale 250 websites. Do you know what I mean? That's like an enterprise. If you're like, literally you're on your second website that's being built, if you're in SEO, you might only want someone who's done 10 or 15, because you're going, well, they're quite close to where I'm at. I need to get to where they are. So sometimes the price, it's what at the time is best value for where you're at. Yeah. But don't always think it seems a bit too expensive, that, because it can be, if you understand it's an investment, it could save you millions. Like, there's bits of information I've learned from good business mentors that saved me so much money. And also, obviously certain information that they give me, certain products and services that I can go into, it's made me a lot of money as well. But a lot of time, it's what it saved me. I was going to go down this route of doing X, Y, and Z, and they're like, no, stay away. And then in hindsight, now I look at it going, wow, I would have had so many members of staff were in that direction, in the wrong direction. So the cost and prices, I completely agree. It's really important.
You were actually telling me about a mentor that you had, or somebody that you were mentoring, and basically this was for SEO and also a little bit of business advice as well. But basically, they were just buying the wrong gigs for their website, and you were like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Like, you're actually going to have a detrimental effect as opposed to a positive impact to your website by doing these 5 things. Instead of doing these 5 things, do these 3 things. It's actually going to save you money."
Yeah, well, exactly that. So they was buying toxic links.
Yeah.
They already had the strongest domain out there, but they just kept thinking they needed more links, and the content they had on the site was just terrible. So I don't know whether it was spun or whether it was AI, but it was like 8,000 words of content, and it literally could have been 500 words.
Yeah.
And I think that they'd gone to town on more links means better rankings and more content means better rankings. I didn't think about the user, I didn't think about CRO. It was like, whoa, let's just strip this back. We actually ended up working with him, roll on 3 or 4 months. We actually ended up doing a disavow for him and deleting some content, and they'd seen great jumps from it.
Right.
So not only did we save them a lot of money, some of the stuff we ended up removing of what they'd been spending on. And now they've got a very clear direction of what they want to do. And nowadays, they do need to be looking at quality over quantity. Like, ideally, you want quantity of quality. Do you know what I mean? That's the holy grail if you can get there. But don't rush. Don't go and spin up 1,000 words, 1,000 pages just with an AI writer, and don't humanize it in any way, and it's full of hallucinations. But again, this is another reason with regards to when we're talking about questions for a mentor, I would also want to try and challenge anyone who's watching this now. Are you embracing AI? And if you're not embracing AI, you need to be. So try to find a business mentor that understands AI, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Perplexity, whether it's Claude, whatever AI systems and tools that they're using, see whether you might be able to simplify certain things of what you're doing. There's so many different things that AI can be doing to help you out. You should be trying to look for a mentor, especially for AI and innovation, just to try to make you accountable. I'd say one other big thing is, if you're the business owner and you're watching this, who's holding you accountable, right? So you're holding maybe members of staff accountable, but as a mentor's going to come in and hold you accountable to say, why have you done that? Why have you spent that? And they're going to throw these awkward questions to you to challenge you, to make you a better business owner. So important to have someone there that can challenge you, to actually then you start to think, well, do you know what? Nobody else in the team and office has said that. Well, they're not going to do, because you're their boss and you're the owner of the company. So there's certain people internally that aren't going to challenge you on things. A mentor will, and a mentor will always go against the grain of what you're doing and try to say, why are you doing this? And if there's a good reason for doing it, you carry on doing it. But actually it might spark something for you to go, wow, that is really good. That's really good advice. Or you might just not even know why you're doing it. And you might then start to second guess what you're doing and think, actually, do you know what? I need to know. I need to make certain that my team know, and I've got this culture and I've got this mission statement for the team, that they understand why they're doing certain things. So there's so many different reasons why a mentor could be great for your business. You've just got to make certain you are asking the right questions. What other questions would you be looking at potentially asking the mentor? Do you think you've covered it there?
Maybe if they've got a mentor. Yeah. I'm certain that you've obviously touched on this now, but how many mentors have you had over the years?
Do you know what? So let's think about this. You go to school. What have you got? You've got teachers that are teaching you education, right? You go and play for a football team. You've got a manager. You've got a coach. You've got a physio. They're telling you what nutrition, what to eat, what to train. They're training you on all these things, right? We are ingrained into we needing to develop, right, as individuals and improve. And it's the same with business. But people don't realise, people just become top dog, business owner, and then they go and get themselves a coach or a manager, i.e. a mentor, that's going to push the boundaries. If you've got a personal trainer in the gym, a PT, they're going to push you like there's no tomorrow. There's times you could rock up and do a 30-minute workout and go through the motions. That doesn't happen when you've got a PT. They push them extra sets out with you. This is what a mentor can do for you. They can be the PT for your business that helps you take that business on to another level. And it's so key to make certain. So for me, yeah, I've got lots of different mentors. I've got like mentors that I listen to of like just wanting to be a good and a better dad.
Yeah.
Right? I've got a mentor with regards to business, to investment, to tax saving, to employing staff, advanced SEO strategies, AI. I've got different mentors for all of that because I want to be the best version of myself. So therefore, I want pushing in all different directions to be the best version I can be of myself.
Yeah, definitely. I think hiring a mentor in any stage of your life, it will definitely help, especially if you pick the right mentor.
Yeah. I think also checking to see, like, how frequently do you want to speak to them? You don't need to be speaking to these every single week. What you want to do is you want to speak to them. It might only be like once a quarter. And you might speak to them and they might be, within that hour, they might give you 20 different things that you need to go and sort out and do. So you go and sort them 20 things out. Now, don't get me wrong, if you can do it in under a quarter, so in under 3 months, and you can do it within a month, then great, go and do that. But when you're asking, again, it just boils back down to getting the right mentor. Yeah. And if you are not asking the right questions at the front end, you're not going to get the business mentor. And if you're not getting the right mentor, whose fault is that? Yours for not asking the right questions.
Yeah, definitely. So I hope this video has helped you guys when it comes to hiring your next mentor.